Hey there, it's Ron with Insurance for Texans. And in today's home insurance tip, I want to talk to you about hurricane deductibles. It's officially hurricane season here in Texas. The Gulf Coast has to be on alert from now until about September, October, as those storms will begin to form and roll in. And because Texas is a state that has the Gulf Coast and other parts, your home policy actually probably has a hurricane deductible on it, whether or not you live on the Gulf Coast. So you folks in Amarillo, you folks in San Angelo, you folks in Dallas-Fort Worth, that deductible really is meaningless to your policy, especially where premiums are concerned, because it allows the policyholders on the Gulf Coast to be separated out because they're going to have special rules with that deductible. For where I live in North Texas, it will have no effect on premiums because the likelihood of a hurricane affecting Dallas-Fort Worth is basically zero. So let's talk about the Gulf Coast and what that means. The hurricane deductible is typically a percentage of your dwelling value, that amount that it takes to rebuild your home in a total loss. They range anywhere from 2% to 5% of that dwelling value. So that's to say, if your home is worth $300,000, at 2%, you would be on the hook for $6,000 in a hurricane claim. Now, this doesn't include flood insurance. That's a separate policy that Insurance for Texans can also help you with. But what this does is it allows the Gulf Coast to be properly protected when hurricanes begin to roll in. It separates the pricing mechanism from the rest of the state so that folks out in the high plains are not affected negatively by those claims from that standpoint. And it also allows the companies to appropriately price the risk for the folks that are on the Gulf Coast. If you're in that Tier 1 area that is immediately on the water, you may see a 3 or 5% deductible, where if you're in Tier 2 and a little bit inland, you may be able to see the 2%. It allows the companies to control the situation, provide adequate protection to Texans no matter where they are, and that's why you see that on your policy no matter where you live in Texas. I'm Ron with today's home insurance tip, and I hope that you stay safe and enjoy hurricane season, because we don't want storms this year.